Hi everyone. Hello. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 3 math, and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter equations and variables. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. So here I am on grade 3 math. The chapter we're going to start with is equations and variables. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is identify equations. Let's just start with the lesson. Okay, let's start with an example. Is this an equation? 10 equals 3 plus 7. So the basic thing you need to learn here is the word equation, right? The word equation comes from the word equal, right? Or you can say the word equal comes from the word equation, right? So if you have an equality sign, that means that is an equation, right? Just look at this example. You have 10 is equal to 3 plus 7. That tells you if you add 7 and 3, that equals 10. So that means, yes, that is an equation, right? So that means if you have an equality sign, that means the given is equation, right? Just look at the second one. Is this an equation 1 times 4? The correct option is no, because you do not have the equality sign over here. So this is not the equation. For the equation, it is necessary you must have the equality sign, right? So let's just start with the practice questions. So the first one is this an equation? 15 equals 5 times 3. So the correct option is yes, it is, because there you have an equality sign. So yes, that is an equation. The correct option is yes. Is this an equation 1 times 4? The correct option is no, right? Because you do not have an equality sign over here. So no, that is not the equation. Is this an equation? 9 times 6 equals 6 times 9, which is the correct option? The correct option is yes, it is, because there you have an equality sign. So yes, that is an equation. Is this an equation 4 plus 4? No, this isn't right. The correct option is no. Okay, the next one is this an equation 10 equals 3 plus 7? So which is the correct option? Yes, it is an equation. The correct option is yes. Is this an equation 3 minus 2 equals 1? Yes, it is. The correct option is yes. Is this an equation 3 times 3? No, this isn't an equation. The correct option is no. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is solve for the variable addition and subtraction. So now we are going to solve the equations, right? Let's just start with the lesson. Okay, let's just start with the first example. Solve for m equals 3 minus 2. So for this equation, m is already isolated. Isolated means m is already alone on the other side, right? And on the right hand side, you have 3 minus 2. So you simply have to evaluate 3 minus 2 equals 1. So m equals 1. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. The first example is solve for g. G equals, which is the correct option? So the variable g is already isolated. Isolated means the g is alone on the one side, and on the other side you need to do 3 minus 2. So yes, 3 minus 2 is 1. So g equals 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. Solve for r. R equals 4 plus 2. So which is the correct option? Yes, that is 4 plus 6. So the correct option is 6. The next one is t plus 4 equals 9. So now you have to isolate the variable first, right? How do we isolate? You need to move the 4 other side. You have to isolate the variable. That means t must be on one side and the number must be on other side. So you have to do reverse operations. Reverse operation means if the number is adding, the opposite is subtract. You have to subtract it from the both side, right? Addition and subtraction are opposite to each other, and multiplication and division are opposite to each other. So you have to subtract 4 from both sides. So 4 minus 4 is 0. You're left with t, and 9 minus 4 is 5. So the correct option is 5. Got it? So t equals 5. The correct option is 5. Solve for m. M equals 3 minus 2. Which is the correct option? That is 3 minus 2 equals Solve for m plus 4 equals 9. So which is the correct option? Hello. So m plus 4 equals 9. So what is the value of m? Yes, you have to move. You need to subtract 4 from the both sides. So the correct option is 5. Option number 3 is the correct option. The next one is u equals 7 plus 1. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 8. U equals 8. The next one is solve for v minus 3 equals 4, which is the correct option. You have to add 3, right? Because opposite to subtraction is addition. You need to add 3 both sides. So that would be 4 plus 3 equals 7. The correct option is 7. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is solve for the variable multiplication and division. Now we're going to do the same thing, but the operations we're going to perform are multiplication and division. Let's just start with the lesson. Solve for W. 10 equals 2W. You have to solve this equation for W, right? 2 is multiplying to W. You need to isolate the variable W, right? You need to divide. Opposite to multiplication is division. Keep this in your mind. So yes, divide both sides by 2. W equals 5. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. Solve for W. W equals 2 times 4. So which is the correct option? You need to multiply them. 2 times 4. They are simply multiplying, right? W is already isolated. You have to do 2 times 4. 2 times 4 is 8. The correct option is 8. Okay, R equals 3 times 3. So which is the correct option? That is 3 times 3 equals 9. The correct option is 9. Okay, the next one is 3 equals 3D. Three is multiplying to D, and opposite to multiplication is division. So you need to divide both sides by 3 like this. 3 equals 3D. So simply divide both sides by 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3D equals 1. The correct option is yes, 1 is the correct option. Okay, solve for C. C equals 6 divided by 3. So which is the correct option? Very good. 3 times 2 is 6. So the correct option is 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, solve for G. G equals 3 times 2. So which is the correct option? Yes, that is 3 times 2 equals 6. So the correct option is 6. Okay, 2G equals 8. You have to solve for G. So which is the correct option? You need to divide both sides by 2 because G is multiplying to 2. So opposite to multiplication is division. So the correct option is that is 4. You have to divide both sides by 2. So the correct option is 4. Okay, the next one is solve for U. U equals 3 times 2. So which is the correct option? 3 times 2 is 6. The correct option is 6. Yes, 9. It is the correct option is 9. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is that is solve for the variable addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Let's just start with the lesson. Okay, you have to perform all these operations, right? That is basically the review of the lessons we just did. So v equals 2 times 2. That means you need to multiply them, right? So 2 times 2 equals 4. The correct option is 4. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, 2u equals 2. So which is the correct option? The correct option is you need to isolate the variable u, and u is multiplying to 2. So opposite to multiplication is division. You need to divide both sides by 2. So the correct option is 1. Okay, b equals 6 divided by 2, which is the correct option. The correct option is 6 divided by 2 is 3. The correct option is 3. Solve for j. 3j equals 3, which is the correct option. The correct option is j equals 2. 3 times 2 is 6, so the correct option is 2. Solve for c, which is the correct option. 3 minus 2 equals, yes, the correct option is 1. Okay, solve for n equals the correct option is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. 6 equals h minus 3. You have to solve for h. So which is the correct option? You need to move 3 other sides. So 6 plus 3 equals 9. It is the correct option is 9. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson, and the next lesson is write variable equations to represent word problems. So let's just start with the lesson. You are given the word problems. You need to understand the word problems and you need to write the equation, right? Let's start with the first example. Yoshi and Leslie collected seashells on beach. Yoshi found 43 shells. When Yoshi and Leslie put all of their shells together, they had 61 shells. Which equation, when solved, will show how many shells Leslie found? So you are given the Yoshi found 43, right? And when they added them together, the ones Yoshi collected and Leslie collected, the total is 61. You need to write down the equation. Got it? So 43 is the one that Yoshi found. You have to add a variable because you're not given the ones that Leslie found. So that would be 43 plus S, and the total when they add it, they are 61. Let's just start with the test questions. Yoshi, that's the same we just did. Can you guys please stop chatting? You guys are here to learn, so please focus on the learning. Otherwise, I'm going to block you. Yoshi and Leslie collected seashells on the beach. Yoshi found 43 shells. When Yoshi and Leslie put all of their shells together, they had 61. Which equation, when solved, will show how many shells Leslie found? So, which is the correct option? That is 43 plus S equals 61, because Yoshi found 43 and you're not given the ones that Leslie found, but the total is 61. So that is 43 plus S equals 61. Let's just start with the other example. For a recycling project, 18 students each collected the same number of the plastic bottles. They collected 90 bottles in all. Which equation, when solved, will tell how many bottles each student collected? So, which is the correct option? That is 18 times B because they all collected the same bottles, right? So the bottles must be B. So 18 times B equals 90. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, Mandy bought some buttons at the craft store. You don't know how, like some buttons. She used 40 of them for an art project and had left 32. Which equation, when solved, will tell how many bottles Mandy bought? So, which is the correct option? Some buttons means the B it is, right? So she used 40. That would be then B minus 40. And still she left with 32. So the correct option is, which is the correct option? The correct option is equation number 1. That is B minus 40 equals 32 is the correct option. There are 14 boys in the school choir. The choir has 46 members in all. Which equation, when solved, will show how many girls are there in the school choir? Which is the correct option? That is G plus 46 equals 14, right? Because G is the girls, they have 14 boys, and the total members are 46. So G plus 46 equals 14. Option number 1 is the correct option. Oh, B, it is not one. That's B, the total is 46. For the canned food drive, 16 students each collected the same amount of food. They collected 48 cans in all. Which equation, when solved, will tell how many cans of food each student collected? So, which is the correct option? Yes, that is 16 times C equals 48. The correct option is 48 because the total cans are 48, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 3 math. The chapter we were working on is equations and variables. The lessons we have covered today are identify equations, solve for the variable addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, solve for the variable addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, and then write variable equations to represent word problems, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So if you have any questions related to the lessons we have just finished, you can please ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So which is the correct option? No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.